Friday, welcome to the 3 Things I Learned, Saas, Sports, Tech, and Live Events. The first one comes from F1's Drive to Survive. I really like this quote because it's applicable to business. If you want to finish first you have to finish. There's a lot of doomsdayers out there right now as we've had some market volatility. They may be right, they may be wrong, doesn't matter. Orlando Bravo, who founded Thoma Bravo, a much reviled and also loved private equity, depending on what side of the deal you were on, stated an important point, that the business fundamentals and the businesses themselves that are being flogged in the market right now, both in the public and private markets, really haven't changed all that much. It's just the valuations that have. Now, our job is to finish first, especially when you're driving the car that is a startup or a growth business. And so you have to push the limits as much as you can. But doing something stupid or reckless that wrecks the car, you're not going to finish first. You're just not going to finish at all. And that gets tempting to do sometimes when you see others taking reckless corners and sometimes succeeding doing it. Just know that if you do sell a successful business, that is also an outlier. Maybe not so far out on the standard curve, but it is out there. And as far as market volatility goes, look, if we knew which way this was going to go, we wouldn't be doing the 3 things. We'd be sitting on the beach earning 20%. But that's the 3 things for another time. That's number 1. Number 2, avoid those who are only friends with you when they believe that they are above you or better than you. Unfortunately, I watched my 6th grade son learn this lesson. That's why youth sports is so great last weekend, when he and his partner took a very late lead over one of his friends who's an 8th grader. It got pretty nasty pretty quickly as the 8th graders started to fear losing to the 6th grader, and my son quickly learned who his friends really were. The tears that come from losing a friendship, as he stated, are a lot harder than the tears that come from losing a match. Now, how does this apply to work, life, and business? Now, we're going to have a lot of coworkers, mentors, and bosses who look out for us. But then as we start to find success, there's maybe a little bit of jealousy, fear, a number of reasons that they want to defend their turf, and that can turn pretty quickly. Know that those are out there, and don't be too surprised when it happens. And the good news that comes from it is find the people who are good either way, who are rooting for you when you're up and when you're down, and focus on those. Just know that there are going to be friends who are really only your friends until it flips. That's number 2. And finally, number 3, my favorite Voltaire quote: history doesn't repeat itself, humans do. It comes to mind as we've had the market turmoil that we're talking about. Free cash flow is the new buzzword, even though it's a discipline that has been in play for a long time. I can tell you all from experience that when you're dealing with early stage funding, maybe not right now when it's a little more nervous, but this will be the norm yet again, free cash flow isn't a discussion. We had many arguments and discussions in the first couple of years here at Ticket Manager because I refused to go down to 11 months of cash burn. I always kept it at 18. Now, it's not because I was afraid of the risk. It was just I didn't see the reason to take it to that point. We didn't have something compelling enough at the time. Remember, growing a strong business, as we stated, number 2, is an outlier. Maybe not so far out on the standard curve as the home runs, but a lot of people get rich and a lot of people do very well. History doesn't repeat itself. Humans do. That's it for this week on the 3 things. We'll see everybody next week.